Good day and welcome. My name is DK from DK Plays TV on Twitch and DK Plays on YouTube. Hope that you're having a fantastic day no matter where you are in the world. Now, had a bit of time yesterday and I ended up not streaming, but I ended up going to the end and getting my angel lives. But we're not wearing them today because today we're wearing gold because we're about to go to the nether. We need to get some resources from the nether. Oh, don't you even think about it, buddy. Don't you even think about it. Well, thank you very much, Uncle Ben. I will have them. Now, I haven't been doing any building. We built this the last time on the stream, but that footpath is in the wrong place, so I've got to change that. But we're not going to do that either. We built a version of this on the stream the last time, and I couldn't get it working. And it turns out that I was putting the lava in the wrong place. So these pistons that are behind here, so the pistons that are being powered by this redstone, which is one block in front of that, pushing stuff that way. I forgot to dig the layer below the pistons out and then waterlog the piston heads so the water flows down into the gap beyond that, and then put the lava one block over. I was putting the lava on this block on top of the water, and that's why it kept solidifying on me, and it was wrong. But now I just dig that out, dig that first one out, and there you go. You can see the water there, and away it goes. So that's fixed. We now get into cobble and into stone, depending on which pickaxe we use. We're using silk touch, so that's going to give us stone. And just that tiny little bit of time there is nearly got us a stack. What else have we done? I extended the dripstone farm out, but I'm going to have to move it because from those blocks there through to those blocks there to those blocks there and to the ones that are sitting over there, this is going to come out because this is a slime chunk and it's going to line up perfectly with having a building directly above it, and of course it needs to be open to the sky, so that's going to work out just perfectly. So today is about resource gathering, so we need to go to the nether. I'm going to need gold, quartz, soul sand and magma blocks. That's what we're going there for, and then when we come back we'll pick up the elytra and we'll be going and filling some shulker boxes with sand and gravel. Now, when I went to the end, I did not kill the dragon. I just went directly out to the end cities, got my elytra, got my shulker boxes, and there we go. That's how many shulker shells I got, plus 8 that it took, 6 to do those ones and 2 to do that one. So we will be doing a proper end busting stream when I actually kill the dragon. So let's pop on in here and see where we've got to go. So we're geared up and ready to go now. You know what I forgot? I forgot to bring gravity blocks. I forgot to bring gravity blocks and ender pearls. So it might pay to head over there where we found the fortress, but not quite as far as the fortress. It might just pay to go over here and set up a little ender and get some ender pearls, because I'm going to need them if I'm going to be trying to get up and down. So let's try to see where the best place to put this is. It's hard to tell. Usually they're absolutely everywhere and they're a pain in the nuts to avoid. Here. Right, so I think this is where we went to go through. Yeah, it is. So we have our compass here, which is telling us that we actually need to go up. I think there was a vine here. Oh no, there it is. There's the vine there. So this gets us back up to our walkway. That gets us back up to our walkway. Oh, we have a little ender here. Oh. I forgot about this. So now all we need to do is find some Enderman. Come on, Mr. Enderman. When you don't want them, they're absolutely everywhere. When you do want them, they don't show up. It's always the way. I think I'm going to see if I can get that quartz while I'm here. Excuse me. Well, why is it always... I haven't sneezed all day. As soon as I turn the stream on, I sneeze. And a little bit later on, no doubt that I will get the hiccups again. Where did that Enderman go? I hear you, buddy. But where are you? That's nice. Now the end was quite a long way away from my home. I'm at minus 10,000, it was at minus 3,000, what was it? It was 3,000 something by minus 3,800. Something along those lines, so it was 16,000 blocks away from my home. So, and then mistakes were made, so I forgot to put an ender chest down in the portal room so I could put everything back in it, and then I did put a bed down, and I'm sure that I clicked on it, but when I came back from the end, by killing myself, putting everything into an ender chest in the end, and then jumping off into the void, I ended up back at spawn, so I had to then make my way back to my base, and I got about halfway, and a zombie killed me, So I ended up back at spawn again, and had to make my way back again. So it took quite a while to get back, but I got back and I got all my goodies, which is nice. I see more quartz right over there. I wanted more than one ender pearl though. Let's go get this quartz. Get any pearls. That's a nice vein of quartz. Let's go. Just double checking to make sure I do actually have gold on, but I do. I don't like bringing my elytra into the nether because I end up. I don't like flying in the nether. I always end up crash landing into lava. And as I've only got one pair, I thought it might be rude not to wear them. I want to be going down, not up. Is there a way down? This is the question. I could end a barrel. But I'm not really seeing magma blocks. He disappeared just in time. That's a lot of lava blocks over there. That'd be perfect if we could get there, but I don't think we can. Not unless we use the ender pearl we've got to get down and then find another one. I think that's what we're going to have to do. This direction. Where can I actually get down there? Oh, I do believe I can. So this is going to allow me to finish the spider farm. Well, I haven't really started the spider farm. I just dug out the hole for it. This will allow me to finish to build it completely. Which will be good because that will give me all the string that I want and the spider's eyes, and we still have to go looking for another fortress. The fortress that I found originally didn't have any nether wart in it. It was a bit of a bummer, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So. Go find another one so that we can find some nether wart. Oh. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Just a single, it is just a single block again. do live on the main thoroughfare that leads to the hospital, so we are going to have sirens wailing every now and again. But if you think of it as a positive, somebody is getting the help that they need. So, can't begrudge them that. Might be a little bit annoying for us, but somebody's getting the help they need. So. Now, I probably don't need this many, but I'm going to take them anyway. Because sure, why not? You can always make a raid farm. Oop. You can always make a raid farm and use it there. So we may end up doing that anyway. Alright, so I think I've gotten enough out of there. Back up. Yeah, we got a good one. We got a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, nearly 7 stacks. Nearly 7 stacks. That's pretty good. Right, so now we need to find soul sand. Do 4 of them and that'll make 7 stacks. So again, we're going to need ender pearls. Oh, would you look at that? I do have knockback 2 on this sword, so it's not ideal, but it is what it is. Kill you. Alright, 16, I think 16 will be good. I hope. Alright, so we need to find the Soul Sand Valley. sure I'm not missing any behind. Okay, so there's no soul sound that way, by the looks of it, for the moment, for the foreseeable, as much as I can see, should we say. Oh, that could have been good. That could have been bad. That could have been bad. Alright, well I'm not seeing anything, so I wouldn't mind getting that glowstone as well. I wouldn't mind getting that glowstone as well, because glowstone's always useful. Shroom lights are really are useful as well, but I can grow them in the old world. Can't grow. Although I can buy them from. I can buy the dust, but in very small quantities. Let's head this way and see where this brings us. Again, I'm not seeing any. Sound. Not when I don't have to. Here's my ender. And I'm sure my portal was at minus 1300 by 180. But I think I went around to get to directly up from here. Oh, let's go directly up from here. Right, well, we got some of the stuff we wanted, but not all of it, so. But that's okay. Let's pop it at the back here. Sit that down. Go. I nearly got way up there. That worked out perfect. I had the perfect amount of blocks to get. Store this temporarily. I can store it temporarily. Somewhere nice and safe. Although I am on a single player world, it's not like I'm going to be robbing on me, but just to be just in case anything gets blown up there. I'll just do that. I have a full stack of iron there. Every time I come down here, I'll just do a couple of troubles of this. Slowly over time. Just building up, building up, building up. So on other streams and other recording sessions I've been farming, trading, digging snow, repairing tools, and then repeat, rinse and repeat. That's where we're at. And we're closing in on 2 double chest swords, so pretty good. But now while we wait for daybreak, I'm going to take a small break and I will be right back. And we're back. So it should by rights be coming to daylight now. Not already now. Getting better again. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so we got quite a bit of gold and quite a bit of quartz from that run. What else do we get? Oh, the magma blocks. And those, right. So, we'll take those out of there. Actually, we'll take everything out of here. We can't take everything out of there right now, but do that nearly every single time. I completely forget there's a hole there. Then two hours. I've done it again. Done it again. Those. Maybe I need a second one. I didn't do it that time. I'll take that as well, just in case. Now we are going to need to make a creeper farm. But before we do that, we'll grab some sand and gravel. There. That in the offhand. Because rockets don't work in your offhand on bedrock. So offhand is pretty much useless in bedrock. Right, well, we need to go find ourselves a desert and then a grass patch. Haven't really been out this way at all, so let's go and have a look see what's out here. That was gravel from a distance, but it's not. that is. There's some gravel here. Again, I could just get a door. Take a door down with me. Yeah, it might be worth it. Let's see if we can find a tree somewhere. A tree. I do. Should have looked before I started. Come on. Working bedrock. Well, that's a bit of a corner. That is a serious bit of a bummer. Good, the old fashioned. Felt like a tried, me. It was a try. So we might have to make the raid farm sooner than we thought. We've only got one left. That trying was one that the guy threw at me while I just knocked out the block that it was in that I heard it. doors. All the doors. Alright, I think we'll move on and see if we can find something. I need to make a lot of concrete as well to get this. So after this we've got to go get sand and then we can start making concrete. Not sure if we're going to make a concrete maker or not. Let's see how we go. We'll see how much concrete we actually need. A lot of the concrete's going to remain as powder anyway, especially for the road system. Grey concrete powder will do, doesn't need to be hardened. Only the stuff on the buildings that probably need to be hardened, but that can be hardened as we build, so just pour water down from the top. Concrete maker may not be worth making. We'll see how we go, as we get there. Still got a fair bit of prep work to do before we start building the buildings anyway, so. And then we've got to dig out the slime chunk. We've got to build the old mob farm. And we've got to, what else do we need to do? We finished the spider spawner. So we've got a lot of stuff to do. I don't think we're going to get to it all in this stream, but we'll see how we go. wait for the mobs to come for us. And then we've got to go back and do some more end busting as well, so. And we've got to go kill the dragon as well, because I didn't kill the dragon when I got my out, so I just went straight out to the end cities. So we'll go back. And I saw a very interesting video on killing the Ender Dragon. Really easy and looks like it could be a lot of fun too, so I might give that a go. Whether it works in Bedrock or not, I don't know, but only one way to find out, and let's give it a go and see. We've just worked out that the door underwater doesn't work in Bedrock, so you can't breathe underwater using the door. Doing Minecraft science. G'day barbecue. How are you, Kenny? Right, so where's my gravel? There it is. I'll take them back. So 12 more pieces of gravel and we're done for the gravel side of things. Then we got to go get the sand. Right, so that's that. And if we put that up in the first slot, then we know where it is. So where's my sandbox? Sand. I was really sure I brought 4 books with me. Oh. Right, so off we go to find some sand. We have a little bit of sand from underwater mining. Desert would be nice to find. Get it going. So you decided to stay up late, Kenny? It's past your bedtime, buddy. It's 10:30. Should have been in bed an hour ago. I've also got to be careful because I've only got 39 rockets, so getting back home. In fact, we might. So I'm going to head back that way. Get this one first. See if we can find that sand. 360s. To fly up and then spin around, wait for the world to load in and then come back down again. Pain in the nuts. So we are looks like we might be walking to the sandy other side. Hello, you girl. I don't know how to pronounce that. You girl, Mikas. Is that how I pronounce that? Home should be just about here, so there it is. So it's a bit of a mess at the moment because I've just laid things out as I could. So I've got an iron farm trading hall here, which is super fast. Cobblestone stone generator, cactus farm, lava farm. Over the other side here I've got warped and crimson stem forest there, but I haven't planted anything at the moment. I've got obviously the bamboo over here with the bone meal. I've got my crops here. I've got my sugarcane here. Yay! Excellent. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And then over here I've got my cow and sheep farm. And then down here I have a zombie spawner. So right above my head is a caged zombie spawner, and they drop down here, and then I can change it into a drowned farm by flicking that lever, and it stops any more coming down, and it takes about 30 seconds for them to convert, and I have to flick it twice to get them to get the water kicked back up. That's okay. And while I found the zombie spawner from, actually found it from the other side, and I've purposely brought it out the entrance out this side because I want to eventually have a chute that comes up here. That is directly above the cage spawner, which is down there. So I want to have it come up somewhere around here and go up into one of the high-rise buildings that we're going to build up there. But while I was down here, when I found that zombie spawner, just jump down here, I also found over here spider spawner. And I've just come back from the nether, and I'm going to put magma blocks down there with a train line, and that can be automatic, so once I'm in the area it'll spawn spiders and I will get heaps of string and spiders' eyes. way down there, like way down there, is a massive big lava lake. And I went down there mining for deep slate. And all the deep slate I mined heaps of it, and got absolutely 0 diamonds. But I went end busting yesterday. I just recorded, I didn't stream, and I got myself 38 diamonds, plus a whole heap of diamond gear, plus a whole heap of shells. I didn't kill the dragon, I just done it without killing the dragon, so I've got 41 diamonds now. But I've got all my trades are nearly up to master. The stone masons are not up to master yet, and neither are the Fletchers. They're getting there. I built this iron farm on day 1, and it's the easiest farm to build. From the inside wall, so from diagonally in from this block here is the start of one chunk, and diagonally in from the corner of this one is the end of the chunk, and the same this way, so this is contained within one chunk. And I just do the villagers inside, and as soon as you get to 20 villagers you start getting iron golems spawning, and they will spawn up on the roof, and they just get pushed down through water column into the, or they just get pushed through water till they, you can't even see it now because I've blocked it off with the road, but there's a hole in the centre there, you can just about see it, but they spawn in the water and get sucked down the hole and get killed by lava, which is the usual way you do it. So water there, but missed it. And then finally down here I have a snow golem, and I've been slowly, every time I come down here to get iron, which I've got full stack, that one's full, that one's nearly full, that one's full, that one's nearly full, and that one's getting there. So every time I come down here I just get myself in the right position. Sit here and do this for a couple of minutes, where I shovel out a little bit, and then I convert them into snow blocks. It's really quick. So I'll just convert them into snow blocks when it's full, and then stack them in. I need 10 chests, so 5 double chests, because that's where you make your art, your 128 by 128 art. I just got some, I just been to the nether a little while ago. Got my bed. Stay on my way. So I really need to make an almost farm for gunpowder, and I'm not sure whether I want to do the dispenser tower, which is good but is not very quick, where the old mumbo jumbo one, the razor blade up in the sky, is really good. I've used that on several worlds. I also, these blocks here going out to that block there, and that mound of blocks there, and that mound of blocks there is a slime chunk, so I've got to dig it out, which means I've got to move the lava farm, which is not a big problem because it's absolutely fantastic, this lava farm. Now, originally when I built it, I only had running lava in it, and I thought you needed to have lava sources all the way along on top of the dripstone, but it turns out you don't. Running lava will work. I didn't work that out until afterwards, because I'd gone in and I'd started on that end. I had running lava till it ran out, and then put the next one in, and then let it run out and put the next one in. and then I started filling it up from that end, but by the time I got halfway, these ones were full up. So don't actually need to have running lava. My nether spawn is not the greatest. I don't have gold on me at the moment. It's in a crimson forest, but it's way up high, so getting down to other areas is a bit of a problem. I've been looking for a soul sand valley, but I can't find one. Found a fortress, but it didn't have any netherboard, so I've got to go try and find another one. But right now I need sand because I need to make concrete. So the plan, I'm not an exceptionally good builder, alright, so I love making the farms, but I thought in this season, let's call it a season, right? I want to get better at building, so I'm going to build a city. And if you've ever seen a Minecrafter called Good Time with Scar, he's part of the Hermitcraft server. He's an absolutely incredible builder, and in his season 5 he built this incredible city called Scarlandia, which was a big round city elevated off the ground, and he had high-rise buildings and all his farms were inside the buildings, and that's pretty much what I want to try and do, although I'm going to be a little bit lazy and make it square rather than circular. So now I know that I'm bypassing little bits of sand, but I really need a big sand area because I want a shulker box full of sand. So we've got to make a lot of concrete, a lot of white concrete, some cyan concrete. I've got ice because there's plenty of ice spikes biomes in this seed, which is fantastic because ice is one of those things. Instead of using glass for windows, if you use ice, it looks so much better from a distance. And it can just be regular ice, it doesn't have to be packed ice or blue ice. But it looks really, really good. So I want to try and emulate what Scar done on his season 5 in his base. Now, there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to do what he did underground in that season. That season was absolutely incredible, what he done. He built this whole city underground for the shopping district, and then up on top of it done all the terraforming and landscaped it, and it was just absolutely, the amount of work that man put in was just phenomenal. So he inspires me to try and be better at the things that I'm not good at. So and unfortunately he's been rather sick lately. He has a muscle degeneration or degenerative disease. He's in a wheelchair, but man, he makes up for it in his building, in his creativity. And he's incredibly entertaining to watch as well. If you haven't seen him, I highly recommend him. You'll find him under the name Scar or Scar. Now, I know I have an elytra, but I've only got 17 rockets, so kind of trying to take it easy on flying at the moment. That's why I'm thinking if I get the sand and then build the mob farm, so I'm getting gunpowder while I start building. That'd be very handy. Now, for some reason, I can never get the creeper-only farm to work. I put the trapdoors on and absolutely nothing spawns in it. Not even spiders. So, I don't know whether that's just a bedrock thing or whether it's just the way I'm building it. But I'm following exactly the tutorial that everybody else follows. So, I have built the dispenser farm several times, and the thing about the dispenser farm is it needs to be the dispenser observer combination needs to be upside down to the way it's done in Java. So if you're playing on Bedrock, just be aware of that. I can't remember which way it actually goes on Java, but it doesn't trigger the next level down if you make it the same way as what you want Java. So I usually do 2 layers and then work out if it's going to trigger, and if not, then I turn the observer and the dispenser up the other way, and that works. So it's just not enough to bother mining it out, because I know there is a big sand area a couple of thousand blocks from home, because I've made the journey I think 3 times now, or 4 times. Like I am 14,000 blocks away from spawn, where I've decided to build, which was in one way good because I'm really far away from spawn, and then in another way really bad because every time I die without the bed I end up having to spend 5 Minecraft days just to get back home. And when I went into the end, purposely didn't kill the dragon, just bridged out to the end cities. I think I found 4 end cities before I eventually found my one with the boat to get the elytra. And I thought I clicked on my bed in the portal room, but I didn't. And when I jumped off into the void, I ended up back at spawn. A bit of a bummer. And then got 5,000 blocks out and got killed by a zombie and ended up back at spawn again. So, lots of fun, lots of running. So we're I think that the title of this stream is wrong. I believe it says streaming Minecrafting stream 4 St. Patrick's Day. Well, St. Patrick's Day was last Wednesday. I don't think it updated when I changed the settings in Restream. It should be stream 6, not stream 4. And if you want to go back and watch any of the streams before this one, or even the YouTube, or even the videos that I've made from the streams, they're on my YouTube channel, which is DK Plays without the TV at the end. Because unfortunately I couldn't get I started the YouTube channel long time before I decided to go on Twitch, and then when I went onto Twitch I couldn't get the same name, which was a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. But I have nearly coming up to my 200th video over there, so that's pretty good. I only started in May last year on YouTube, and December last year here on Twitch. And I'm having an absolute blast. I absolutely love streaming. It's one of those things, it's really good fun. And I will probably in the next couple of weeks be starting my own server, which will be even more fun again, playing with other people. I was playing on a server just after Christmas, but unfortunately I had to move house, and I seem to have lost access to that server because I can't get back in, I can't log on. Yeah, it's one of those things I don't really mind. I went in there and over the course of 2 weeks just completely obliterated the server itself. I built that many farms, and done all the pathways in the nether. Made a nether hub and built a wither skeleton farm at the fortress. Probably one of the easiest withers. Well, it's not really that easy to build, but one of the easiest ones to operate because the withers and the blaze all get trapped in glass panes so they can't get out, they can't see you, so you just go around and you just got these little cells. So you start off by widening all the corridors from 3 blocks to 5 blocks, and then you put glass panes across the 5 blocks, 1 block above the ground, and then you wait, you go away from it for a little bit and wait for things to spawn, and then come back and break away all the glass panes that don't have mobs in them, and they're the only spawning spots. And if you slab around everything except the 4 blocks that the glass is under, then you can stand on the slabs and they can't see you. Well, they can see you, but they can't hit you because the glass prevents them raising their arms. And the blaze can't get out if you put a block on the, if you make it 3 high. You need it to be 3 high for the wither skeleton. You put a roof board on the 4th block, then the blaze can't get out. And you can just kill them. You can either kill them from above by going for their heads, or you can kill them at their feet. And then if you really wanted to, you could make it a little bit easier and send them through you could have a minecart system that picks them up and runs them into the nether. And then when I had to move, I was working on a guardian farm. I had found an ocean monument which was under ice, went in, defeated the Elder Guardians, and then on my way out discovered there was a second one 100 blocks away that wasn't underwater, or wasn't under ice. So the other guys on the server wanted the one that wasn't under ice, so I took the one that was under ice and completely drained it, took the monument out, and then started building a guardian farm. Now, on Bedrock it's slightly different to what you would make on Java. With Bedrock there's only 25 specific spots that guardians spawn on, and they spawn on the 4th block down from the ocean surface. So you only need to drain out 5 blocks if you wanted to do it on the cheap. But I like taking the monument out itself and then going right down to bedrock underneath, and then from level 0 to level 40 make the slime farm. Because on Bedrock, and again I'm not sure if it's on Java because I don't play Java, but on Bedrock every single ocean monument is on top of a slime chunk. So you get the dual benefit of getting a slime farm and the guardian farm. And the other thing that I do with the guardian farm is normally you go down and you wall it off diagonally 3 blocks out from each corner and then wrap the thing all the way around. I go out to make it so that it's 70 blocks wide on all 4 sides, and the reason I do that is because it allows me to put a straight shoot 64 furnace array inside the glass box, and I don't have to have minecarts spin around corners and whatnot, just go straight backwards and forwards. And the other benefit to draining the whole thing out is you've got that much space that you can make shulker box unloaders with sorting systems on it and have absolutely everything come through to the one place. Now, If you're playing in a single player world, I would not advise doing the send the guardians to the nether to kill them, which on a server is alright because you'd have one person in the nether killing them as they come through. But on a single player world, I had done that in one of my single player worlds, and I opened the gates up to run into the nether and left it open for about 5 minutes, and then when I went into the nether I could not move. A single move would take 15 minutes, and I had like 30 or 40 blocks from the portal up to the killing chamber, and I ended up I couldn't do it. I had to log out, log back in, which kills all the entities anyway. It was the only way I could do it to get my world back. But I had an absolutely fantastic sugarcane and bamboo farm in that as well, and it had 60 modules, and it would do a double chest of bamboo and a double chest of sugarcane in one hit, which was fantastic. But it was overload because I was playing in a single player world, so like, what did I need all that sugarcane and bamboo for? Well, the bamboo I could use for the smelter, but you're only going to smelt so many items, and then you're just going to have this big backlog of items. Now, I seem to have lost track of where my sand was, and I think it's that way, because it's back towards spawn, which is 0 in the Z direction. And I think it was around 6,000, 6,500 was the sand, but I'm just nattering away and just forgetting where I'm going, so one of those things. Alright, good night, Kenny. And, yeah. Good luck moving all those boxes, mate. So, yeah, just, so I love making the farms. I can't get enough of the farms, especially the really technical high-end redstone farms. I absolutely love making them. Redstone does operate a little bit different on Bedrock compared to Java. Again, it's one of those things, but I can usually find a workaround to it. Although I'm not an absolute expert on Redstone, I kind of watch the tutorials, but they're mainly tutorials that are Java based, and then I'll give it a go, and I understand what is happening, but not necessarily how the redstone works. I know what the redstone is doing, and I know that if I do certain things I can replicate it, so I can usually find a workaround. It may not be as neat and tidy as some people's redstone, but as long as it works, I'm happy. I don't need the magnet blocks anymore because I just got 5 or 7 stacks when I was in the nether, so I got more than enough than I'll ever use. Although if I make the raid farm, I'm going to use quite a few of those. And I've just realised that I've completely forgotten to take the totem of undying that I got from the accidental raid. I forgot to put it into my offhand, so it's back at my base, as is my shield. I've just realised. So if we get into trouble, we get into trouble. kind of why I have the coordinates on the screen. A lot of times you're so engrossed in what you're doing that you don't realise. As I'm recording this at the same time as I'm streaming it, I can just go back in the recording and see where I died and then make my way back there. This will be a problem because that there is powdered snow, and if I step on that, I'm going to sink into it and freeze to death. So I've got to be very careful. You can see it's a slightly different colour, so it's more of a grey compared to the white is a bit bluer. So you just got to be careful where I step. See, that's more of it there. There's a whole heap of it that way. And then it doesn't help when it's covered in carpet snow, so you've just got to be ready to fight your way out of it as quick as possible, because it doesn't take much to kill you. Now, what I've done with the zombie spawner, where I have the dispenser dispensing out water, if I had a sticky piston with a powdered snow on it at a skeleton farm and had that at head height, I can change regular skeletons into the stray skeletons like that one was, and then you get arrows of slowness, but you also get a better loot table, as you do with the drowned in the zombie spawner that I have. So, again, I've stopped going in the direction that I was supposed to be going in, because I'm an idiot. One thing that I tend to do is go around in circles. Like I have a tendency to end up exactly where I started for some reason. I'll be wanting to go in that direction, and whether it's a tendency to always turn left or always turn right, end up back where I started. It's funny because I've done it in worlds where I've done it like 3 times in a row, and I've gone, I'm sure I've passed this spot before. So you put down a block so you know you've been there, and then lo and behold, 20 minutes later, walk past that block and go, hang on, did I just place that block there? So as you can see, this is quite a big ice biome, There's ice spike biome as well, so there's one that's got the really tall, thin spikes that go up in the air. And I'm sure the sand is the other side of this, so. You'll have to forgive me, but my text-to-speech is not working for some reason, and it doesn't even look like the text on the screen itself is working. I just noticed that. I do have another chat box open, which is the Stream Elements chat box, which is how I knew that you guys are on there chatting. So just for a bit of context, I am playing on Xbox One. Directly in front of me is my television, which is 65-inch television, so it's nice and big. And then to my right is the computer monitor where I'm recording. There's a big block of sand, and it has OBS open, and it has the chat box there. Well, it's not the big sand that I between this and that, I should get a shulker box full of sand. So where's my sand box? There it is. I'll stick that down. I'll stick it there. Stick the bed there, and then let's get mining. So I'm gonna have to investigate why my speech to chat's not working. But obviously I can't do that while I'm streaming, so I have to do that when I finish. Now I know that OBS updated the other day, so it might be something to do with that. Usually it talks the chat out to me, so I don't have to keep looking over at the screen. So we're going to be building some high-rise buildings back at base, and I have some ideas, but I'm pretty much going to be copying pretty much what started with a little bit of variation in this season 5, because the buildings there were absolutely fantastic, and they weren't that complicated. As I said, I want to try and get better at building, because I just want to become better all around. I could build a farm, so I'll be able to build the buildings that go around the farms and make them look half decent. My buildings tend to be very flat and two-dimensional, three-dimensional, where I notice that a lot of people, when they build, texturize and have lumps and bumps, ins and outs, that kind of stuff. I tend not to do that when I'm building, and that's what I want to change about how I build. So that's what the goal of all these streams is, and the recordings as well. So I stream 3 times a week. Tuesday at 6 PM Eastern Standard Australian Time, or Australian Eastern Standard Time. 10 o'clock on a Tuesday, because I don't work Wednesdays. I only work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then on a Saturday from 9 PM. I'm just trying out different time slots to see which is more popular. As I said, I only started streaming in December, and I kind of made a bit of a big mistake December and January with streaming. So I started my streaming on, I think, the 3rd of December 21, and I get a month off work at Christmas, and I decided to stream every day, and that was a big mistake because my average viewer numbers went down through the floor, and I should have just done the bare minimum. I didn't, and I didn't realise what I was doing, you see. It was only afterwards that I was watching someone else's stream about how to get your 3 average viewers and stuff, that I realised what a big mistake I'd made. But in saying that, although it was a mistake from a technical point of view, I really enjoyed that month of just streaming, just getting out there. The interactions that I did have with people were fantastic. And yeah, I just loved the idea of, streaming the whole, come and watch, come and interact, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like, give me ideas, give me a bit of feedback, tell me I'm an idiot when I do something stupid. that kind of stuff, because playing in a single player world, it's good, but it gets quite boring after a while. If you've got all your farms built and you've got everything that you need, resource wise, then there's not much left to do. So, I mean, you can go explore, but you can only explore so much. I mean, I heard somebody say that the best thing to do when you get to that stage is to start fresh, but in the same world, so you still have all your resources, and just go find a new area and build a whole new buildings, whole new farms, everything in that area, and just keep doing that. And I think that's a really good idea, but I also really like the start of the game where you've got to build up to go kill the dragon, you've got to build up to go to the nether, and you've got to find everything you need to find to get the game going, to get everything sorted out. I mean, sometimes finding crops can be hard, like unless you're going into villages all the time. Sometimes finding carrots and potatoes can be hard. You might have to kill a couple hundred zombies to get a carrot. Beetroot seems to be the hardest one, but you find that in the end all the time, and it's like, well, there's no way I'm going to the end that early just to find beetroot seeds. But I love the whole idea of starting a fresh world and discovering those slime chunks and spider spawners and zombie spawners. I love all that, because it makes it exciting again, where when you have everything at your disposal, then it can get quite boring. One thing that I have found that does spice up the game a bit is to do a challenge, is to, I often, where I started my YouTube channel was I started doing challenges. So I watch a creator called Impulse SV, and he is also on the Hermitcraft server along with Good Time with Scar. And he has a series, Impulse SV has a series with his best mate Skizzleman. Skizzleman is hilarious. Another two YouTubers that I would highly recommend if you haven't watched them. They have a channel, a dual channel between them called Imp and Skizz, and they do a Naked and Scared series where they're just in their tidy whities, and they're not allowed to create armor, they're not allowed to sleep in a bed overnight, they're not allowed to brew any potions that would give them back their hearts. They're playing in hardcore, so when they take damage they don't regen their hearts, and their hearts are tied together, so when one takes damage the other takes damage. And then they get a challenge at the start of each season, and they have to complete that challenge within 21 Minecraft days, and each episode is 1 day long. But Skizzleman is so funny because he screams like a little schoolgirl at the slightest thing, but he's really, really funny, and they bounce off each other really, really well. I can see why they're friends, because they're just comfortable with each other, and they feel free to say what they want to say to each other. Impulse gives Skizzleman an awful hard time, and Skizzleman just takes it. It doesn't get angry at it, but like says, "Oh, typical Impulse." But really, really funny to watch. Really, really, and their challenges are really cool too. So I kind of took inspiration from that when I started my channel, because I was looking for something to do that wasn't just playing ordinary Minecraft. There's so many people doing that. I wanted to do something a little bit different, so I took on one or two of their challenges. I changed the rules a little bit. I got myself a little bit longer to do it, because I was playing solo where there's two of them. But the same rules applied. I wasn't allowed to create or craft armor. I wasn't allowed to craft any item that would give me back hearts. I was allowed to consume, and so are they, golden apples. So you have to find them, and you find them in desert temples, and occasionally in shipwreck treasure. So an example of their challenges would be to kill the Ender Dragon. So they've got to get everything they need together to go to the end. So they've got to go into the Nether, find a fortress, get blaze rods, get Eyes of Ender, get as many tools as they can. If they go mine, they can't branch mine either. They can only mine what they find in caves. They can't go branch mining looking for diamonds. So it's only what they find when they walk into the cave. So they have to be quite prudent with what they do. So it's really fun to watch, and I think they're up to season 24 now. So they win some, they lose some, but it's always entertaining. And I believe they both stream here on Twitch as well, so I think I have Impulse on my idle page, so when I'm not online, there's quite a few people that are on my idle page, so when I'm not online, it'll show, if they're online, it'll rebroadcast their stream on my channel. Oh, look at that, I'm nearly starving. Side of the water now, and so let's see. Throw that away. Oh, that was quite handy. Alright, so we're nearly there. We are nearly there. I just picked up what I threw away. That was so very bad. Right there. Where's my sandbox? There's my sandbox. There. Right, so how many steps did I need? 5.5. I think that's doable. This is going to give us enough concrete to do it for a little while, and then we'll go I think we might go back and craft up some dispensers and maybe make the old mobs farm up in the sky right over an ocean somewhere, because I don't need gunpowder. I don't need a lot of gunpowder. I'm going to be flying around everywhere. down to one. Went down to one viewer, one very special, fantastic viewer. I put that in my inventory. When the next slot is full, I have enough. I do believe now that I have enough sand. And sleep. Ooh, there's a lot of gravel. I am going to do I'm just going to take a break for 2 minutes and I shall be right back.